It's a great pleasure to speak about disruptive business models. We speak about that a lot at CycloMedia. We believe we have been disrupting in the market here in the Netherlands for the last 10 years, where we've been commercially active. In doing so, we recognize we have quite a unique position, not only unique for our business model as such, also not because of our technology, which I'll briefly speak about, but we do recognize that the requirements for geospatial content in this market are also quite unique. As some of you are visiting the country, the standards for geospatial content in this country are quite high. As a result of that, companies like TeleAtlas, like Navtech have made a significant part of their development in the country. It's part of the culture, probably driven by the fact that 40% of the surface is below sea level. So geospatial content has high requirements from which we benefit as a company. We're active in the Netherlands. As of 2.5 years, we're also exporting our content into new markets. So we've opened our own office in important markets like the United States and Germany. And again, I'd like to speak about our current business model, also share with you some thoughts about future business models. As a company, our vision is all about charting the external world. But doing that in a very accurate way, because we believe that imagery does not only serve a purpose when you provide beautiful pictures for people to look at, but if you want people to do more and more intelligent things with these pictures, they should be accurate. So accuracy is very important for us. That's where we spend most of our R&D efforts, where all of us as consumers are familiar with using street level imagery in the consumer tech applications, where location accuracy of 10 or 20 meters doesn't really matter if you're looking for a restaurant that you want to visit tonight. If you want to do a more professional analysis, you need much higher accuracy, which is why we provide a 10 centimeter accurate street level imagery product. Also in doing that, in serving professional markets, we believe it's very important that you provide complete coverage, and also that coverage is very recent. So that's again part of the belief of our disruptive business model. The Netherlands has 160,000 kilometers of road, and we drive that every 12 months. And we store the historical data as well, so our customers know that they always have access to very recent imagery and to very accurate and correct imagery. As a company, we have been doing that for quite some time, and the company is a spin-out of Delft University, started about 35 years ago. So the company was thinking about street level imagery, was working on street level imagery probably quite long before some of the consumer tech companies started to experiment with that. Important milestones in the history of the company are 1994, when we had the first driving vehicles taking street level imagery pictures, and the year 2008, when we drove the entire country for the first time. So 2016 is the 9th year in a row that we are recording the entire country, that entire 160,000 kilometers. As our product is very visual, probably best to play a short video describing our product. So I was talking about 160,000 kilometers of road. The surface of the Netherlands is about 40,000 square kilometers. So next to driving the streets every year, we also fly the entire country every 12 months, both from an aerial ortho perspective, which we've been doing for the last 8 years, and as of last year also from an oblique perspective. And then we integrate these 3 sets of imagery, make sure they are completely integrated from a positional accuracy perspective, and store that centrally, providing our customers access to every object in the public space from multiple perspectives, be it that street level perspective, be it the aerial or the oblique perspective. The street level product is our core product. Last year we launched our HD version of street level imagery, so every panorama provides 100 megapixels, so a very high resolution, and again supporting that high accuracy that I referred to before. We give our customers access to historic imagery. This is an image from the city of Amsterdam. The top image is from a location where currently there is a cruise ship terminal which was started to construct in 2000, and the bottom image is from 2015. So you can see this is only 3 images, but as a matter of fact we have all 15 years of imagery at that location, so you can reconstruct, look back at an area from a historical perspective. So this imagery comes from our OBLIEK product, which we launched in 2015. So after having driven the entire country at a road level and flown it from an aerial perspective last year, we decided to also cover the entire country from 4 perspectives in an oblique flight. Again, not so much explaining that because of our achievement, but much more because we see a clear market demand for that full coverage, highly accurate kind of imagery. So we launched that in 2015. So a great reaction from the market, and as we speak, we're more than 50% done for 2016. So also in oblique, we will provide that annual update. And to the best of our knowledge, the Netherlands is right now the only country in the world with nationwide accurate oblique imagery. Again, underlining these high requirements for oblique for geospatial information in the country. We strongly believe in this democratic, disruptive business model. So we provide our content not so much to professional geospatial workers. We do that as well. In that case, our content is integrated in the most popular GIS solutions, but we also service a significant market of non-professional workers, non-GIS professionals, and we do that through a simple web-based viewer. So our customers download a simple desktop browser, and after a 30 minutes tutorial they can access the imagery. Here you see a screenshot of that with an image of the city of Amsterdam, where we currently work. In that imagery, because it's so accurate, you can measure. So you can do line as well as content kind of measurements, again through a very simple user interface. We support overlays, we integrate data layers, so that again helps us to support that disruptive business model that I want to talk about as a next topic. So we started this business model about 10 years ago, and we strongly believe in a product-driven business. We recognize in the geospatial industry there is a lot of project business, which we typically don't support. We're not that keen to make customer-specific solutions. We very much believe in creating products that we can make once and sell multiple times. So in that game that we play, we always retain ownership of the content and we license it to multiple customers. We do that primarily on a content as a service basis, so all our data is stored in the cloud and our customers have access to our data either through this web-based viewer that I described before or through an API. If customers insist on storing the data locally, well, they need quite a bit of storage space, but we will support that, but our preferred model is through the cloud. In terms of disruptive business models, we very much come from a government business perspective. Here in the Netherlands, there are 406 municipalities. About 90% of them are our customers, so they license our content for traditional GIS use cases like tax assessment, like asset management, also supporting base mapping, which is a good business for us to support. But 4 years ago, the company also decided to go into a corporate market, very much in the principle of building products and making content once and licensing it multiple times. And in supporting that model, we are supporting industries where geoinformation probably doesn't play such an important role, but which we support quite well and where we have satisfied customers. So all the large insurance customers all the large insurance companies in the country are our customer. They use our data in particular for policy acceptance as well as risk management. All the utilities use our data to manage their networks, but also recently we have developed quite a few new markets. The solar industry, even though, as some of you noticed, the sun is not shining every day here, solar panels are an important market because the government is subsidizing that in a significant way. So there is a large solar panel installation market. There are about 1,900 small businesses in the country providing installation support for solar panels, and most of them use our data. Same is true for real estate. That's a market which we have been developing as well over the last few years. So when we look ahead, our model has been quite unique. Our model is still very stable, very successful, but obviously we're looking at the future as well. Some of the trends you saw on Nigel's slide earlier on as well, so I don't need to repeat those. But we do believe that these trends provide new opportunities for further disrupting existing models. To mention a few examples, I'll show you a few slides on that. In some of these models, we're trying to disrupt existing work processes together with our customers. So we have many customers that license our data and that employ significant amounts of people to do analysis kind of work. And we have a number of projects with some of our customers to disrupt these models and to make these workers obsolete and make our computers do some of that work that's currently done by their staff. So what we call geo-assets, all kinds of assets in the public space, either next to the road or related to buildings, we believe provides a significant opportunity for disruption and for automation. So right now we're building 3 products which all are based on deploying a significant amount of automated technology, where we'll build a nationwide database of traffic signs. That's the product that we're building as we speak. We believe, because we're still finding that out, that next to that 160,000 kilometers of road there will be 2 to 2.2 million traffic signs, and we're currently building a fully automated database of traffic signs, which will again be a business model that we will offer to those customers that we've been traditionally supporting, but will also allow us to support new customers, to companies who clean traffic signs, to companies who maintain and build traffic signs, but also to the navigation companies. This is a product which we will launch in the second half of this year. Public lighting, light poles sound like pretty boring and low-cost assets. Still, there are a number of large companies here in the Netherlands that are in the business of exploiting these light poles, and we learned that none of them had an accurate count of the number of light poles that they were supporting, and we've been counting them in an automated fashion with our computers, and we learned that the reality deviated about 40% from what they thought they had in their asset database. And the third example is road markings. Road markings will play a very important role in autonomous driving vehicles, and there again, building databases of road markings is something that we're doing as we speak to support that industry. In rounding off, some other more disruptive business models that we are thinking about or that we're working on. The integration of user-generated content. Obviously, we deploy high quality but also high cost sensors ourselves on an annual basis, which is a high frequency in comparison to what's available in some other countries. But if we take a picture today and a building is changed tomorrow, our picture will still be out of date for the next 363 days. So we have a number of customers who more and more have engineers working with their own sensors, which we will fuse with the images coming from these sensors, will fuse with our own imagery and build a more up-to-date database. So that's a model that we will pilot with a number of companies here in the Netherlands second half of the year. And closely related to that, we're building something which we call a geometric framework. Again, using the high accuracy of our base imagery and providing those positions back to the market will enable new business models, will enable low quality surveying jobs to be updated. It's probably a quite unique asset to further support augmented reality kind of use cases, right? In augmented reality, there are all kinds of technologies to scan the environment, to integrate the environment, but to know your exact location is probably one of the biggest challenges in augmented reality. So we also see that as a possible disruptive business model that we're working on. Which concludes my presentation. I look forward to discussing some of these disruptive business models with you. Thank you.